So, have any of you gotten a phone call asking if, hey, have you got your vaccine yet? And if you said no, well, have you got an appointment? I'll be glad to help you get an appointment. You talk with them a sec, and they say, yeah, I can get you an appointment. All you got to do is send me some money, and I'll get it arranged for you, and I'll get right back to you. Oh, okay. And so then they start asking you questions. What's your phone number and your address? And then they start trying to get as much information out of you as they can. And then when you hang up, they've got your money, and they've got all sorts of information about you, and they sell that too. Victim of a scam. Crooks. People taking advantage of the situation that we're in right now. And in human history, that's always been the way it is. As soon as you have a ring of people of some kind, then there's all sorts of people who say, wow, how can I make a quick buck off of this? And they set out to do it. And they've always done that. Even happened in the church. In the late 1400s, all the way up to the Pope, late 1400s, the Pope said, hey, he was trying to finish building St. Peter's, and he needed money. So he says, hey, if you send me this amount of money, all of your venial sins will be forgiven. Oh, wow. And if you send me this amount of money, a good deal more, then all of your mortal sins will be forgiven. Oh. And if you send me this amount of money, a very large sum, that all of your sins, whatever sins you will have committed in your whole life, they will all be forgiven when you die. Nice scam, huh? You can buy your way into heaven, quite literally. Total scam. There's gobs of them going on all the time, always have. So it's getting toward the solemn holy days of the Jewish faith. So Jesus gets to Jerusalem, and he'd been to Jerusalem many times during his 30-some years of life. And every time he came, he saw the same thing. Here, all of these people blocking every way you can get into the temple with their tables and their sheep and their oxen and their goats and their birds and their, and you can't go anywhere without somebody, hey, sir, mister, ma'am, here's, and he had it. He flipped his lid. The money changers are really good, The money changers, you can't bring pagan money into the holy temple. The temple of Jesus, the temple of the Jews, only accepts Jewish money. That pagan money is no good. You need to get Jewish money. Here, I'll change whatever money you got into Jewish money. Of course, they'd take a nice cut when they did. Then here's the family coming in from way off, who knows where, and here they are with their beautiful little lamb, and they're bringing the lamb for sacrifice at the temple in Jerusalem. And somebody runs up and says, oh, you're bringing a lamb for sacrifice. Yes, we are. Yeah, but you see, the wool over here is not quite clean. It's discolored. And oh, look, there's a scar right there. You can't use that animal for sacrifice. They will only accept perfect animals. Oh, what are we going to do? We've walked for 2 days to get here to do this sacrifice. What are we going to do? I have some perfect lambs. If you'd like one, you come on over. And so he shows them the lambs he's got, and they pick one out, and they bargain about how much it's going to cost them, which is plenty. And so, okay, they give him the money, take the lamb, and he says, and what are you going to do with the lamb that you still got with you? Oh, I don't know. Here, I'll give you $1 and I'll take it from you. Oh, okay. So as soon as they're gone, he cleans up the lamb, covers the scar, and sells it to the next sucker that comes along. Crooked. Same with the oxen, same with the goats, same with the doves and pigeons. All scams. Well, Jesus had had enough of it, and he flips his lid. Slams open all of the cages, drives out the animals into the middle of the crowds, goes over and tips over the money changers' tables, so there's money running all over the place, and people running and scrambling. Total crisis, total chaos. Jesus had been taking his message to all of the little outlying communities. Now brought it straight to the center of the Jewish faith, where all the priests are. And immediately all of these sellers ran to the priests and said, hey, we want our money back, because they had to pay the priests of the temple to have a space to sell their stuff. Another scam. Everybody taking money off of the poor people. Jesus flipped out. He couldn't take it any longer. What's the message for us? Well, the message for us, I think, is that in our world, there are all sorts of things that are wrong. Injustices, crooked dealings, bad politicians, you name it, crooked business people. When that happens, we need to speak out. And that's happening a lot in our country right now. The whole Black Lives Matter issues, the brutality of police. Oh, we need to check that. How come? Why is that? How do we fix it? LGBTQ people, how are they being dealt with? The whole poverty issue, how come some people get more wages than others for the same work? Lots of things that are being gone after right now. And Jesus is saying, hey, we cannot just walk by like he had done for years and let the sins keep happening. We got to do something. So do what you can to fix the world that we live in now, not the world back then, the world we live in now. How can we fix it so that everybody is treated fairly? Everybody gets a fair treatment in our culture. So I think that's the message of Jesus. Now, you don't have to flip out and tear up the whole neighborhood. Just get the message out.